Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ango. In this video, we got some major news to discuss. AEW is teasing a major debut, a new member for the House of Black faction. We're going to talk all about that. Also, Jim Ross's AEW contract is set to expire soon. And we got to talk about Control Your Narrative Wrestling, the new wrestling promotion by Braun Strowman and EC3. Today, there was a major announcement about a TV deal. Really interesting stuff. If you guys want more wrestling news videos like this, don't forget to click that subscribe button and ring that bell. This way you could get notified every single time a new video goes up. Let's talk about CYN, Control Your Narrative. We talked about this before. They announced some shows for March 5th in Orlando, and then of course the 31st for Dallas, Texas. That one is actually going to be considered a TV special. However, there's been no actual announcement of this TV deal. Now, this is really interesting to me because Control Your Narrative was the cinematic experience. When it came to wrestling, it was presented in a different way. And now it looks like it may very well be a full-fledged promotion. Now, we don't know who the TV deal is going to be. But as time goes on, we are expecting this TV deal announcement imminently. We know that Killer Cross will debut on the 31st show. There is a lot of talent: John Skyler, Matt Sydal, Pero. There's quite a few wrestlers from the indies, former WWE superstars like Wesley Blake, Strowman, obviously Adam Shore now, and then EC3, Killer Cross. So it's going to be very interesting to see what more talent debut and what not. What is this live wrestling show going to be? But the reason why I bring this up, the reason why I want to talk about it, is we saw Control Your Narrative invade Ring of Honor at Final Battle. And I'm very curious if maybe there could potentially be a working relationship between the two promotions. The idea that EC3 and Braun Strowman are actually taking this to actually be a wrestling promotion on TV is a very interesting thing. And I hope it works out for them. But quite honestly, I don't really know what to expect. So just kind of keep that in mind as time goes on. This could very well flop. This could very well succeed. Nobody's really going to know until it actually comes to fruition. So just kind of keep that in mind. Very interesting stuff, though. Guys, I do want to talk about this story. Jim Ross. Jim Ross is, man, a lot of people criticize him because sometimes in AEW he'll mess up. He'll say Daniel Bryan. He'll say WWE Dynamite, whatever. At the end of the day, I think Jim Ross is one of the best commentators to ever exist in pro wrestling, and I like the fact that he's with AEW. So basically, there was just there was this interview with J Mart and Ramon and Jim Ross, and basically Jim Ross says AEW is in a really cool spot, especially like a guy like me. My contract is up soon. I'm not looking to go anywhere, but nonetheless, I'm 70. I have to be realistic at some point in my crazy ass life. I haven't been. My late wife would say amen to that. He's a character. I'm loving what I'm doing. It's still fun for me. As long as you keep that element in the place of work, you're all right and doing good. Now, keep in mind, for those who are unaware, Jim Ross recently went through skin cancer treatment. He is 70 years old. I like this guy a lot. But I think when his contract expires, I don't expect Jim Ross to leave AEW. But what I believe might actually happen, what I can see very well happening in this situation, is perhaps maybe we're in a situation where Jim Ross goes to part-time. Perhaps that could be like backstage interviews. Perhaps that can be showing up at pay-per-views. Maybe showing up on Dynamite special episodes, when they do like Beach Break or, the Arthur Ashe Stadium show, Grand Slam. I think that would be a better use of Jim Ross. And I know some people like the 3-man commentary booth. I would genuinely like to see AEW go down to 2 people. It's actually one of my biggest criticisms too with WWE. I would just like to see a 2-man commentary booth. When you have a third person, let it be for a special reason. I think it would make it a little bit more special, a little bit more important. And I don't see a reason why AEW would not re-sign Jim Ross entirely. I just think they're going to put him in a position where maybe he's more part-time, more for special use. I think commentary might need a change up at some point. And I don't know, Tony Schiavone's great But I'm also one of those people that believe, like, you know, maybe Shivani should stick around doing the backstage reporting and announcing and stuff like that. And when these people are constantly on my TV screen, I feel like they lose a little bit of that importance, if that makes sense. So when you just put two different commentators together, again, this could become a really long conversation. But I mentioned this. I say the same thing in WWE as well. For WWE, you know, it's okay to mix it up. Try to make commentators feel a little bit more important because they add so much value to the show in general, and that's kind of why I mentioned that. Guys, I want to talk about this final story. Buddy Matthews was shown on AEW Dynamite. A lot of people, they're missing it. They're not seeing it. I'm messaging people back and forth. I'm showing them the spot where it's happened. But basically, here's the thing, guys. We know that there's this news that AEW is signing Buddy Murphy. I talked about this on my channel. We discussed this. However, we got to talk about what they showed us on AEW Dynamite. There was a promo. They're talking about a third member for House of Black. Behind Malachi Black, you see a man with muscles, a beard, and long hair. 100% fitting the description of Buddy Murphy. The only thing you can't physically see is his skin, but you can see the outline of everything else. The promo was cut and designed to tease the third member. Now keep in mind, we discussed on this channel that Buddy Matthews was joining AEW. Finally, AEW was finally committed to bringing him in, and thank God. And I know some people are going to call me out and call me a hypocrite because of the fact that I complain about AEW signing former WWE superstars. But I'm just going to say this because I think it is so incredibly important for me to say. I have been saying for the longest time they need to bring in Buddy Murphy, Braun Strowman, and Bray Wyatt. Keep in mind, we also initially discussed on this channel how AEW decided to not bring in Buddy Murphy. They decided to pass up on him, which led him to go to New Japan Strong. Now, I truly believe that Buddy Murphy would be a bigger and better fit for Impact Wrestling. I feel like he would be somebody who could be the face of Impact Wrestling. So I am very fearful that he is just going to be stuck in this group and be lost in the shuffle. I hope I'm wrong. Time will tell as I watch the show. But I am excited about House of Black. I needed something to spark my interest. We don't know what's going on with Julia Hart yet. My assumption is that she'll be the fourth member. But that's a slow burn. Not sure why that's a slow burn, but as of right now, that's a slow burn. So it's all very interesting stuff. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. My name is Ango, and I'll see you guys next time.